Then I interviewed Dilly. Dilly was from the gang Piccadilly in
Yes.
in central London. So Dilly, how long have you been in the gang Piccadilly Dilly?
Oh my God, I've been in the gang 3, 4 years.
Dilly wasn't sure how long he'd been in the gang. He said it was around 3 to 4 years, but I could tell by his hairline he'd been in there longer. I asked Dilly if he wanted to play a match just to calm him down.
I would like to know the gang that it belongs before I play a match.
Dilly said he wanted to answer the questions before we got down to business. I think he wanted me to bribe him, but I didn't have enough money. I could tell things were about to kick off, so I got out of there and I came back when Dilly had calmed down. So, Dilly, what was your initiation into the Piccadilly Dilly gang?
My initiation was money, nothing else.
So, basically, you had to pay to get into the gang.
I have to pay or you have to pay.
Dilly was unsure whether he had to pay to get into the gang, but I'm sure that his initiation had been taking place in Piccadilly Circus on the Central Line. Sorry, the Piccadilly line. The Piccadilly line. Dilly corrected me. I felt like a fool. So, Dilly, we've heard on the street that you've got a special finishing move, and it's called the Dilly Dally finale. Is that true?
Probably I won't answer that officially.
Dilly did not want to answer the question because he was too violent. But anyway, we then asked Dilly about other members of the gang. Dilly, how many members are in this specific gang?
Oh, 5 to 6. Oh,
Dilly started to name bus routes around central London. I was kind of confused by this, and I started to get intimidated. I could tell things were about to kick off, so I got out of there. And I came back later when Dilly had calmed down. So, Dilly, is your gang gender specific? Is it just men in the gang?
yeah. It's not gender specific, but it's just men for now because
Dilly,
we can handle tough things.
okay, Dilly explained that there was only men in the gang for now, but they were considering hiring children and women as well. So,
No,
Dilly,
I never said children. I said it's not gender based.
Dilly basically said he wanted to bake a cake and also involve children and make them into child soldiers. I told Dilly that this was unethical, but he didn't seem to care. Dilly, can you also talk to us about how did the Piccadilly Dilly gang grow in numbers? Did you recruit people on the underground, or what happened?
This is violation. Do you know that?
Dilly basically explained how he'd recruit people by violating them. When I asked him to explain what he meant by a violation, he basically licked his lips and cried.
I never said that.
Dilly said. Now, basically, Dilly, can you just tell us, if I was going to join the Piccadilly Dilly boys, how much money would I have to pay to get into the gang?
There was never a Mickey Dilly gang in the first place. I was the gang.
Dilly basically said he was a one-man gang who operated in central London. He said he'd been arrested many times just for walking around.
I wasn't arrested. I've not been arrested. It's just a one-man gang that acts like 7 to 8 guys with one
So,
intelligence.
so Dilly basically explained how one gang member was 78 years old and had the intelligence of a child. Dilly said he would care for them in the gang and kind of took over a maternal role and a leader role. So,
No,
Dilly, can you just explain to us,
I'm
Dilly?
not. I'm not gonna do this with you. I'm not gonna do this with you. This is violations. I am a law enforce agency.
Dilly basically said that he was a snitch and he'd been ratting out people to the federales. I asked Dilly if this put him in any kind of danger. He started to hide. I could tell things were about to kick off, so I got out of there. And I came back later when Dilly had calmed down. My final questions for Dilly was around his future and what he hoped would happen with the gang. So, Dilly, do you always see yourself being gang affiliated, or do you feel like you could maybe move away from that in the future? As I asked Dilly this question, he began to hide. I think he changed his mind about the interview, but he wanted to show us how good his hairline was.
Yeah, I wanted to show that.
Dilly basically started to sing and said he had dreams to maybe be like Chris Brown one day and be a singer. I wish Dilly all the best with it.
Nah. Chris Brown, we'd rather be like me. I am myself.
Dilly basically had an identity crisis and told me I had to leave. I could tell things were about to kick off, so I got out of there.